Okay, good morning, class.
Good morning, sir!
Okay, welcome to our session. But before we proceed to our discussion for this morning, let me first ask you, have you studied the assignment that I gave you last meeting?
Yes, sir!
So anyone from the class who would like to share?
Sir!
Okay, yes, Miss Abeloria, say something about the background of Edward Thorndike.
So, good morning, everyone. So, let me first give you a background of Edward Thorndike. So, Edward Lee Thorndike is an American psychologist born on August 31, 1874 in Williamsburg, Massachusetts in US. And namatay po siya noong August 9, 1949 in Montrose, New York. Si Edward nagtrabaho po siya sa isang animal kung saan inaaral ang behavior ng animals, and that is led by kung saan nabuo po ang theory of connectionism. That's all, sir. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Okay, what about the theory of connectionism?
Sir?
Yes, Miss Tagumpay, can you share to the class?
Edward Lee Thorndike said that connectionism theory is the key to learning, and also, theory of connectionism represents the original stimuli-response framework of behavioral psychology, na kung saan po ang theory ng connectionism ay sinasabi po dito na ang isang tao o ang isang hayop ay natututo po sa pamamagitan po ng stimuli at responses. That's it po, sir. Thank you.
Okay, that's right, Miss Tagumpay. But before we proceed to our next discussion, can anyone give what is stimuli and response all about?
Sir?
Go ahead, Miss Pagaduan.
So, ang stimuli po is something that causes a reaction, while the response is just a reaction to stimuli. Sa madaling salita po, yung stimuli is ito po yung condition or event situation, while the response po is kung paano ka po mag-react towards dun sa situation. For example po, gutom ka, so kakain ka. So, ang stimuli po doon is yung gutom ka. Ang response mo po doon sa situation na yun is kakain ka. The appropriate example of stimuli and response framework po is the puzzle box of Edward Thorndike. That's all.
Okay, very well said. Later, I will explain to you the puzzle box. But now, anyone who would like to share about the three laws of Thorndike theory?
Sir,
Okay, Mr. Gozar, can you give the three laws?
the three major laws are the law of exercise, the law of readiness, and the last one, the law of effect. That's all, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good, class. Talaga namang nag-aral kayo ng ayos at nasagot nyo ang mga katanungan. So, dahil ngayon meron na kayong mga insight na binigay, so medyo madali na lang natin explain yung ating lesson for this morning. And now, we're going to show to you the short clip of video about the puzzle of Edward Thorndike learning theory.
But how is a new skill learned? That was a question which began to fascinate Thorndike. To answer it, he built some ingenious puzzle boxes from which cats could only escape by operating latches.
And in you go.
The cat appears to be very clever in engineering its escape, solving the problem with a deftly placed paw and a push of its nose. But Thorndike didn't believe that an animal, even a clever cat, understands the consequences of its behavior. When he placed a cat in the puzzle box for the first time, Thorndike was unable to see any evidence of flashes of insight. The successful actions appeared first by chance. he proved that the apparent cleverness arose by trial and error, and used graphs to measure the rate of learning. A well-practiced cat quickly recalls the actions that help it escape to its reward of food. If an action brings a reward, Thorndike believed that that action becomes stamped into the mind. In his thesis, he explained further his ideas about learning, that behavior changes because of its consequences. He called this his law of effect, which explained how even wild creatures develop new habits.
So as you can see in the video presented, inside the box, nilagay yung pusa and then magre-react sa situation because there's a food outside the box. So that's why ang pusa, gagawa siya ng something para makalabas doon sa labas para makain yung pagkain. So because of the puzzle box, mapapansin natin doon yung stimuli and response. So pag sinabi natin stimuli, that is the situation of the cat inside the box. Because of the Thorndike's puzzle box experiment, that's why these three laws was created. So first, we have the law of readiness and law of exercise and law of effect. Proceed to the law of readiness. So when we talk about law of readiness, it refers to the willingness and eagerness of the student. If she wants to learn something, she can learn quickly because of her eagerness and willingness. When we talk about the law of effect, is the effect of learning. So let's say for example, si Miss Abeloria last semester, she is the dance leader of our program. That's why this semester, she become more motivated to do something para mag-strive sa ating klase para magkaroon ng magandang result. That is the law of effect. So when we talk about the law of exercise, it's pertaining about repetition of activities, fake knowledge, and skills to be learned. Let's say for example, si Miss Tagumpay, yung pagbabasa ay ginagawa niyang habits every morning. That's why the learnings and skills, it become more skilled and enhance the knowledge. That's why may tinatawag tayong practice, it make perfect. Pag hindi naman pinapractice ang ganong rotation, nagkakaroon ng interval, the learnings and skills ay babalik sa dati. That is the law of exercise. And now, let us connect the puzzle box in the three major laws. So these three major laws, it was practice of the cat inside the box. So the first law is the exercise. Because of the trial and error, because of the repetition, that's why the cat, she learns something kung paano makuha ang pagkain sa labas. Because of that, in-apply ng pusa ang law of readiness. Dahil sa law of readiness, nagkaroon siya ng eagerness and willingness kung paano makuha ang pagkain sa labas. Because of that, nai-apply naman ang law of effect. Dahil sa law of effect, nagkaroon siya ng successful activity doon dahil nakain niya ang pagkain. That's why in the next experiment, in the next activity, ang pusa ay really motivated and na makain yung pagkain ulit. That is the three major laws that apply to the Thorndike puzzle box. That's all for today for our discussion. Have you learned something, class?
Yes, sir.
So any questions, suggestion, and clarification?
None, sir.
Okay, Thank you so much for your participation for our session today. That's all. Dismiss our class.
Thank you, sir.